When I first took on this project, I thought it would be just another round window, something I've made countless times. The client was excited. She had already ordered a window and paid in full. Everything was moving along smoothly until a week later I received a message that nearly derailed the entire job. Her tone was apologetic but firm. After speaking with her builder, she realised that the window wouldn't work as planned unless I could also make a jamb extension and casing. Without it, she would have to cancel the order. This simply wasn't an option, as I had already started painting the window black. For her, it was a deal breaker. For me, it was unfamiliar territory. I paused for a moment, reading her message twice. Truth be told, I've never made a jamb extension before, but I wasn't about to let this order slip through my hands. After all, every project is a chance to learn something new, even if it does bring along a few nerves for the ride. Fortunately, it wasn't actually a complicated piece to make. It simply demanded a lot of wood, especially for the extension. Still, there were multiple ways to go about it, and the method I knew, the only one I felt confident attempting on such short notice, was by far the most wasteful, and quite honestly, painfully time-consuming. But I didn't have the luxury of experimenting. My workshop was already a storm of sawdust and pine shavings. I had several other windows in production, each waiting their turn on the bench. Trying a brand new technique now could easily spiral into delays that I couldn't afford, so I decided to press on with my old method, even knowing how inefficient it was. I started out by cutting the circular rings, using the same process I'd honed over the last year, crafting my round windows. Each ring would form a layer of the jamb extension. Once they were cut, I aligned them carefully using dowels so that they'd slot together perfectly during the glue up. Then came the glue. So I glued them all together. Once the glue had cured, I stood back and examined the rough form. It had already hinted of the final piece even under the patchwork of clamps and uneven edges. I spent the next hours sanding it smoothly, filling the tiny gaps where the wood had settled and until the curves were seamless to the touch. And then finally the casing. It was a simpler job to do the casing. It was just a single layer of pine. So a few days later I sent the photos to the client and her response was relief and excitement. It struck me then how close this had come to falling apart. In the end, it wasn't just the window that was rounded and refined, it was also my own craft, stretched a little further, shaped by the unexpected needs of someone's dream home. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video.